be reviewing Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 10, Episode 5. So there really wasn't too much going on this episode. I mean, except for the usual nonsense. You know what I mean? The nonsense that really doesn't matter, but they make a big deal out of. Right away, right out the box, as soon as the episode opens, here we go, back to the nonsense. So, what was the nonsense going on? Let me refresh your memory. Kim made a comment about Kenya not being married. Her husband's non-existent. That's what she said. And then they started going back and forth. Kenya brings up the posting that Kim put on the internet. She put on the internet that, who does her daughter have to blow to get John Legend tickets or something like this. And so Kenya brought that up. You just worry about your pimping your hoe ass daughter. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, so that's what the fight is about. Now, why is everybody is making such a big deal out of this posting? I mean, you got Wendy Williams talking about it. Oh, how could she? How could she? It was a joke. Do you really think she wanted her daughter to blow John Legend for some tickets? It was a joke, people. Okay, was it a bad joke? Yes. But should she be dragged through the mud for it? No, I mean, it was just a joke, okay? And that's how I'm looking at it. And it doesn't give anybody the right to talk about your daughter or you like a dog because of a bad joke. Or is it because she's getting too close to a sensitive topic, which is your husband? This is ridiculous. I mean, you had Wendy Williams crying about it. That's wrong. You shouldn't have. It was a joke. A joke, people. Was it a bad joke? Yeah. But does she deserve to get, everyone to shame her when you have people like, Roy Moore running around town? The pedophile that's running for Senate? Like, it was a joke. There are way worse comments, okay? I don't so understand it, but I guess, can you feel that since it was a bad joke and she put it out there, she had the right to attack it? She feels like she has the right to attack a lot of things. I like Kenya. I do. But, she's kind of driving me crazy this season. I mean, every season. But this is the crazieresses. Did I just make up a word? Yes, I did. She's really getting under my skin, Kenya. Now, listen. She's not all bad. She has that 10% good side out of the 100. She does have a good side. That's the side Cynthia likes. And only Cynthia. Have you noticed no one's really feeling Kenya? I mean, it's crazy. So, after this big fight blows up, Kim goes to talk to Porsha. That's a whole nother topic. Let's talk about Porsha. But the damnedest thing. Okay, so Porsha, Kim and Croy and Shereé go over to Porsha's. They tell her everything that's going on. And Porsha says, nah, just because you post something on the internet doesn't give her the right to talk about your whole daughter. Now, Kim and Croy just sat there. Everybody just kept talking like she didn't call her daughter a hoe. Now, was she attacking her? Well, did she make a mistake? Did the words come out wrong? What the hell was that? Nobody addressed it. I was waiting the whole episode for somebody to address. Did you just call Kim's daughter a hoe in front of her mother and her father? Stepfather, whatever. But no one said it. They just kept talking right through it. I guess they were more upset with Kenya than they were, being called a hoe to your face. Having your daughter being called a hoe straight to your face. I mean, I guess I would rather have you do it to my face. I guess. Porsha, what was that? Well, I sat there. I was starting to protest. Like, is anybody else going to bring this up? No. They just rolled right through it. It was the damnedest thing. Porsha's a lot this season. Porsha is a lot. Like, I'm not understanding Porsha. Like, she really is. Now, I love Porsha. She has the meanest hair game. I'm going to say on all of Bravo. Yes, that's a powerful statement. She has the best hair of all Bravo. But can hair make up for personality flaws? I mean, I used to think I can overlook it. I still can, but I wonder how long this is going to last. Because she just, first of all, she's she doesn't get along with anybody too much this season, including her sister Lauren, your own sister. Now, I call Lauren the saint, because Lauren's a saint. She is very likable. Who argues with Lauren? Well, Porsha does. Porsha is driving me crazy. I can't put my finger on it. All I know is she's different than when she first came on the show, and she doesn't mind a good argument or 2 or 3 or 4 this episode. There was 4. There was the one with now she's got this beef going on with NeNe, and I don't understand the beef. Okay, so NeNe's upset because she said Porsha said some bad things about her on the radio, but I seen the interview. It wasn't Porsha, it was the brat. I mean, I don't know why you're upset with Porsha, and Portia's mad at NeNe because NeNe insinuated that she needed to be fired. NeNe said she didn't say those words. Yes, you did, NeNe. You didn't say fire her, but you insinuated it, and you were being very mean about it on the show. So I have to come up with get to the bottom of things myself, because these two are never going to get to the bottom of it. So what I'm thinking is, even though NeNe is the big bad wolf at times, she could talk a good game, she's extremely sensitive underneath, and Porsha hurt her feelings, but then why would she be mad at Porsha? Should she be mad at the brat? Anyway, this is what I'm thinking is going on. But instead of addressing this and acting like 2 civilized people, you know, when you apologize to somebody, well, this is how I was taught, but you know, maybe something's wrong with me. You go and you said, what have I done to hurt you? And the person speaks their piece, and then you say, I'm sorry. And then the other person says, what have I done to hurt you? And then they say they're sorry, and then both say, what can we do to fix this? That's how I would do it. But I guess, you know, they wouldn't get paid if they did it that way. So, you know, they're going to probably do it eventually, right? I mean, it doesn't look like it's getting any better, but it's only episode 5. So, you know, hopefully we can get some resolutions here, right? Yeah, no. Okay, let's move on. So, in the midst of all this back and forth that they got going on, Shereé decides that she wants to go on vacation because her therapist, she calls them a life coach, therapist, told her to do something special for herself. So she decided to invite all the girls to San Francisco. That's your mistake right there. All the girls. You should have just picked 1 or 2, not all of them, but I guess you knew what you were doing, Bone Collector, because you knew, you know, there was going to be some drama in San Francisco. So that's what happened. Everyone was invited. But before they went to San Francisco, Kenya learned the sad news that her grandmother passed away now, and she was in her 80s. But it was like, she's like a mother to Kenya, because, you know, we all know Kenya's mother didn't want to be a mother. I'll put it that way. Okay, so she's upset. She's crying about it. Cynthia comes over to console her. I just want to know, it's starting to drive me crazy a little bit. How come Kenya's storylines are always in third person? And what I mean by that is she's always talking about what's going on in her life instead of showing us what's going on in her life. Like, we see Candy getting on planes, going to rehearsals, doing this, doing that. You know, we see NeNe rushing to the hospital to get Greg. Now, if, let's say Kenya would have had to go to the hospital for her husband, she'd be like, yeah, we had to go to the hospital, and that's what happened. She'll just repeat it back in third person. It's the damnedest thing. Like, how long is Andy gonna put up with this? Why do we have to hear her storylines in third person? Storylines. It's not fair. Like, everybody else, you see them going through it, but Kenya, we hear about it. I don't know, this is not fair to me, but I guess it doesn't bother people. Just me, you know, they call me a nitpicker, but, you know, so her grandmother died, and she was talking to Cynthia about it. Cynthia must have came over in a hurry as soon as she heard the news. Because beautiful Cynthia was dressed like Coretta DeVille. I didn't understand it. She had this, like, farmer hat on her head, and it was just like a confusing situation. It confused me. I mean, and I applaud her for, you know, consoling her friend, but You did okay. Well, okay. I guess you had to get over there in a hurry because Cynthia is a good friend, and she's a good friend to Kenya, and she's the only friend to Kenya. No one else is falling for Kenya's mess. Like Kenya is, Cynthia is just. She's just sweet like that. Like, if you're her friend, you're going to stay her friend. And she doesn't care if you're a liar, or if you make up storylines, if you are anything. If you're her friend, you're her friend. You know, she does not believe in losing friends. I mean, look how she, like, still chased after Peter when she didn't have to. But, you know, hey, I need a friend like that. Like, I've never met anybody in real life that acts like Cynthia. She's a blessing in disguise. And Kenya should be thankful for it. I'm thankful for Cynthia doesn't question her. No questions. She doesn't tell her, you need to shut up and stop beef with Kim because this will drag on and on. She doesn't. Cynthia will just support anything you do. I mean, if she wanted to hang herself, she'd be like, this is a nice, comfortable rope. Why don't you try this one? I mean, Cynthia. I love her, though. I love her. So all the women go to San Francisco minus Kim. Now, I wouldn't have went either if I was Kim. Like, you don't talk about my damn daughter and then expect me to forget about it the next day. No. So I don't blame her for not going. Everyone went. And NeNe brought along Marlo just for a little, scene filler. Because, if everything's quiet, Marlo will start something. So, and what happened? It all popped off. So they went to dinner and NeNe and Porsha go at it. She says, you're not a good friend. This is NeNe, and Porsha saying, what did I say? And NeNe said, roll the tape. Why won't NeNe just come out and say what's bothering her? Why won't you say it? Is it because she didn't say it and the brat said it? I mean, just say it. And then Porsha starts yelling at her. They're going back and forth because Portia's mad because she tried to, in Portia's head, get her fired. In NeNe's head, she says, I didn't say those words, but you still insinuated. Okay, so, and no one's going to apologize. No one's going to apologize. This is going to go on and on and on. So I'm going to have a feeling we're going to have a season full of Porsha and NeNe, Kim and Kenya. So if I had to pick a side, I don't have to, but if I had to pick a side, if between NeNe and Kim, Kim and Kenya, I'm definitely going for Kim's side. Something about Kenya I just don't like. I know that's mean. I mean, she has a good side, that 10% of her, but she never lets it out. And then if I had to choose between Porsha and NeNe, this one's hard. Because on paper, NeNe's wrong. Because she really didn't say anything about you. But I like NeNe. And then Porsha, I still like her hair. I don't know who I would pick. Because this one's even Steven. Because both of them are in their feelings. Unwilling to back down. Prideful as hell. And both of them are guilty. Yeah, is that bad? It is bad. So, I'll probably just go with whoever, I think hair looks the best that episode. And this episode, Team Porsha, hair was on deck. Her conversation didn't make sense, but her hair was on point. So that's what happened. Wasn't too much going on, but we're steady climbing. It's only episode 5, and there's a lot more to go down. And I don't blame Kim, Shereé, and NeNe to getting to the bottom of Kenya's nonsense. I don't think for this episode, her marriage looks very shaky. And, the public reacted to it. That's why she's doing everything off camera now to, in my opinion, remain on the show. Now she's doing all this stuff and posting it on Instagram and supposedly getting pregnant. Why wasn't this on the show? Why wasn't this on the show? Listen, I hope she is married and that she is pregnant and she goes off in marital bliss. But I'm really thinking her time at, Real Housewives of Atlanta, we might need a little Kenya break. Just a couple years, probably 5. Just a little bit, That's not long. 5 years is a blink of an eye, Apollo will still be in jail. So that's what happened this episode. Thanks for watching. Talk to you next time. Bye.